Once I had this really amazing idea, this bold idea, vibrant and alive, and it was ready to be brought into the world. My tools were all laid out. My plan was all ready. My excitement was palpable. But just as I was about to begin, doubt crept in, whispering, "Are you sure, Carlos? I mean, you remember what a train wreck this was last time." So what did I do? I pushed forward like I always did, trying my best to ignore that voice. But procrastination soon followed. Wearing the mask of inspiration, hours slipped away as I chased distractions by scrolling. And all of these were disguised as preparation. I'm sure you can't relate. Then came perfectionism, its twin sibling, with its sharp tongue. If it's not flawless, Carlos, why even bother? By the time fear arrived, showing me visions of failure and judgment, I was already suffocating under a pile of hesitation and self-sabotage. I remember sitting there in defeat, staring at my untouched tools, my untouched plan, my inner villains, doubt, procrastination, perfectionism, and fear. They stole the moment. But as I sat there, I realized something. I have the power to start over. Creativity isn't about avoiding the fall. It's about rising despite it. And so I did. One piece at a time. I began again, discovering that starting over is its own kind of masterpiece. So let's talk about the courage to start again. You see, starting over is one of the hardest things to do. It feels like admitting defeat. It feels like all your previous efforts were wasted. But the truth is, starting over is an act of bravery. It's saying, this isn't the end. I'm willing to try again. The Bushido creator understands that every restart is a chance to grow. Each time you pick up the pieces, you're not just salvaging your work, you're building resilience, you're building courage, you're building wisdom. Now let's talk about how starting over is growth in action. When you start over, you bring with you everything that you've learned, the lessons from past mistakes, the wisdom to approach your craft differently, the strength to face fear and doubt head on. You see, every time you begin again, you're refining your process, you're sharpening your skills, and you're deepening your creativity. Their masterpiece isn't just the finished product, as I've said before. It's the journey of getting there. Now let's talk about the beauty in imperfection. You're probably going to get sick of me saying this over and over again, but we've got to hear it. Starting over isn't about wiping the slate clean. It's about building on what's already there, flawless and all. Think of it like a painter who layers over an old canvas. The remnants of the first attempt, they're not erased. They become part of the final work, adding depth, adding texture. When you embrace the messiness of starting over, you create something that carries the weight of your experience. It's raw, it's real, and it's uniquely yours. Now let's talk about overcoming the inner villains. The villains that stop you, doubt, procrastination, perfectionism, fear, they're not going anywhere, sad to say. They're going to show up every time you create. They're always at the ready and they always want to be activated. But the Bushido creator knows how to face them. They're prepared. Doubt, for instance. Remember that your voice has value. Start small and let confidence grow with action. What about procrastination? Take one small step. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create momentum by doing. What about perfectionism? Focus on progress, not perfection, right? The beauty of starting over is in the process, not the flawless execution. And then fear. We need to recognize it, but don't let it control you. Fear means that you care. Use it as fuel, not a roadblock. You see, every time you start over, you weaken their grip and you strengthen your resolve. Now let's talk about starting over as a masterpiece. This is so important to realize that starting over is a part of the process. The act of starting over, it's not a setback. It's a testament to your growth. Each time that you return to your craft, you bring something new, a deeper understanding, a clearer vision, a stronger will. The masterpiece isn't just what you create. It's the courage, it's the persistence, and the passion that you pour into the process. See, when you pick up the pieces and you begin again, what are you doing? You're honoring your creativity. You're proving that it isn't about perfection, but perseverance. Now let's talk about practical ways to begin again. Again, I'm going to share these from a humble place. These are some of the things that have worked for me. They might work for you. Focus on one small step. Number one, don't overwhelm yourself with the big picture. Start with one simple action. Let that create momentum. Number two, revisit your why. Why did you start this project in the first place? Reconnecting with your purpose can reignite your passion. And number three, forgive your first attempt. Let go of the need for it to be perfect. Your first draft, take, or idea, it was just the beginning. And four, set a restart ritual. Do you have a restart ritual? Create a small routine to reset your mindset. Light a candle, take a deep breath, play a favorite song before you dive back in. And number five, as I've said before, celebrate progress. Every step forward is a victory. Acknowledge the courage that it takes to begin again. You see, starting over, it's an act of courage. It's proof that you believe in yourself, your creativity, and your ability to grow. The Bushido creator does not fear failure. They honor it. Every restart is a brush stroke on the canvas of your creative journey. Every time that you begin again, you're creating something uniquely powerful. Resilience, wisdom, and the masterpiece of persistence. So here's my challenge to you. What's one project, what's one idea, or one dream you've set aside? Pick it up, dust it off, and begin again. Let the masterpiece emerge, not from perfection, but from your willingness to try. Let's embrace the art of starting over together.